Many thanks for joining us on the news. I am Fidelia Aguncha. It was a day of major defection in Nigeria's National Assembly, with the ruling All Progressives Congress taking a major hit to its chances of retaining power in the 2019 elections. The party has lost a total of 52 lawmakers in the Senate and House of Representatives. 37 lawmakers defected from the party in the House of Representatives, while 32 senators defected in the upper chambers. Out of the 37 that defected in the upper chamber, 32 joined the opposition People's Democratic Party, while 4 joined the African Democratic Congress. Another declared that he is also leaving the party, but did not state his new party. Earlier in the day, 15 senators announced their defection from the APC, majority moving to the PDP. Those that defected to the PDP include Dino Melaye, Rabiu Kwakwanso, Lanre Tejosho, Shaba Lafiaji, Barnabas Jamade, Obali Shitu, Rafiu Ibrahim, Issa Misau, and Suleiman Hunkuyi. Others are Abdullahi Dambaba, Bayero Nafada, and Suleiman Nazi, as well as Soji Akombi. Meanwhile, 2 other APC senators defected to the Action Democratic Congress, and they are Monsurat Sumonu and Abdulaziz Nyako. Meanwhile, the Senate has adjourned its plenary till September 25, 2018. Senate President Bukola Saraki declared the adjournment during plenary on Tuesday. The adjournment was made due to the recent attacks on the leadership of the Senate. It also forms part of the prayers of a motion on the siege on Saraki and his deputy, Ike Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu was absent from Tuesday's plenary session and is facing accusations of money laundering leveled against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Saraki, who also hinted at possible defection from the APC, later led a Senate delegation to the home of Ekweremadu. Now, reacting to the mass defection in the National Assembly, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, has said that he is happy with the recent development. Oshomole, who spoke with State House correspondents after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday, said those who left are mercenaries who were in APC just to win election. He said the governing party is not disturbed at all and that he is not losing sleep over the defections. The national chairman added that it is good that those who never believed in the APC are leaving ahead of the electioneering activities because that would enable the party concentrate on its campaigns. He also stated that those who defected cannot affect the electoral fortunes of the APC because President Buhari got more votes than they did in their own constituencies in the last election.
This party that I am privileged to chair is not worried at all. We are not disturbed. I'm not going to miss my sleep. And we will go in for the campaign. Check the electoral result. You will find that a lot of those who claim to have the camp, on a good day, the vote they got that makes them members of the Senate. Our president got much more votes in their constituency. So we are not fooled at all. You know, the thing going on is that, you have a lot of so-called big masquerades with very little or no electoral value. I've done my best, which I think I needed to do, to give people comfort, if those who claim to be aggrieved. But those who have other hidden agenda that are not negotiable, I am not going to be able to appeal to anyone who expected X level of return and the system is not delivering it in terms of personal returns. I can't solve that. But those who felt that in terms of within the management of the party, they have issues, those ones are on the table, they can be dealt with. But those who have issues under the table, they are beyond me. But let me assure you, I am so happy that over time, water will find its level. Because if you remember what I said when I, in in my declaration, the day I formally declared my interest to contest, I said, to be a progressive party means we must be clear that it cannot be a party for everyone. We have to be sure that you subscribe to the values and ideals of a progressive party. If indeed you belong to the extreme right, and you mistakenly find yourself in a progressive party, obviously, that is not where you belong. As soon as you realize that you can't adjust to the requirement of progressive party, which is people-driven, people-based, people-oriented, and you choose to return to the right way, where you know what the name of the game was, share the money, it's your choice. But I need to remind you, I am not a poor student of struggle. I am not a professor of struggle. I am a product of struggle. So I know what I'm talking about. Very soon, Nigerians will go to the polls and we will see who will deliver what in his constituency.
Moving on, the Nigeria police has insisted that Senate President Bukola Saraki must appear before it in person. Saraki was invited to answer questions relating to his alleged involvement in the Offa Bank robbery. The Senate President was allegedly indicted by some of the suspects earlier arrested by the police for their involvement in the April 5th robbery, which led to the killing of 31 persons, including 9 policemen. The police were also alleged to have laid siege to Saraki's residence on Tuesday, owing to the invitation, but it has now denied that accusation. The force in a statement said the Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris has ordered an investigation into the alleged invasion of Saraki's residence and pledged to punish erring officers. Governor-elect of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, has pledged to address the issues of non-payment of salaries and the abandoned free education policy when sworn in as governor. Fayemi gave the assurance while responding to questions from journalists in Abuja when he paid a courtesy visit to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, in his office. He said his major objective is to revive the economy of Ekiti State and not to probe the outgoing administration of Governor Ayodele Fayose.
I just want to get on with my work. Don't forget, I was governor there before. And what our people really need now is immediate succor. If you have not earned salaries for 6 to 10 months, you just want somebody to provide an immediate reprieve. Whether we look into the books of the outgoing administration or not is a routine administrative matter. Every government would embark on routine administrative activities. The question is, does that constitute a probe in a punitive sense of the word? No, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in knowing what had transpired in the last 3.5 to 4 years in Ekiti State. I'm interested in knowing why we haven't been able to pay salaries in a state that used to pay salaries regularly. And I'm interested in ensuring that good governance, transparency, and accountability become the watchword of government. I am tried, I am tested, and that is why Ekiti people have come to that same realization that, look, it's better to go back to a government that we know, that we can predict, and we know what it's going to do for our people, and than to remain in the ambit of a directionless journey without maps. So for our people, they're clear what I'm going to do. My agenda has always been very clearly well known, and those are the things that were stopped in the last 4 years. Our free education, qualitative education program was stopped. Now, in the last 4 years, children in school pay for their NAPTEP, they pay for JAM, they pay for WAEC, they pay for NECO. When I was governor, government took responsibility for all this. We provided laptop computers for our kids, we provided uniform, we provided food. We did everything to ensure, and that's why Ekiti has the highest enrollment of school pupils in Nigeria. When I was governor, 98% enrollment. Today, Ekiti has the lowest enrollment in the whole of the Southwest.
To the opposition People's Democratic Party now, the PDP has expelled Buruji Kashamu, the senator representing Ogun East. Kola Ologbodinyo, spokesperson of the party, announced this after the party's National Executive Council meeting in Abuja on Monday. Kashami was expelled alongside 3 other members of the party in Ogun State, and they are Bayo Adebayo, Shegun Sarki, and Shanimu Shodikbo. No reasons were given for this action. Now, residents of Jibia local government area are beginning to count their losses after a deadly flood caused havoc in the Katsina community. More than 50 persons have now been confirmed dead in the disaster in the northwestern state. The state government has set up a committee to investigate the causes of the incident as survivors take refuge at an internally displaced persons camp in the state.
This is the aftermath of a deadly flood which wreaked havoc in Jibia local government area of Katsina State, northwest Nigeria. Nearly 500 houses were destroyed and more than 55 persons killed in the disaster, which spread across 10 villages in the community. Some residents who encountered personal losses recount the experience.
It was just by the grace of God. I was able to rescue myself and my family, but the flood took my 3-month-old daughter and everything I had was destroyed.
I lost my 7-year-old daughter. She was dragged away by the heavy flood. We later came back to look for her and found her dead. We are appealing to the government to come to our aid because our home is completely destroyed.
Over 2,000 persons have been displaced in the disaster and are now lodged in the Central Primary School camp in Jibia. They were being supplied basic needs such as mattresses and food items by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and the Katsina State government. For now, the focus has turned to the cause of the flood and ways to avert future occurrences. A Katsina government official says the government is working on ensuring that.
The Katsina government has set a various committee in order to ascertain the causes of the problems and to bring the lasting solution. That's what we are working on now. So as soon as we finish the survey, we submit the report to governor. Both the cause of the problem and our recommendation.
The federal government is also pledged to assist the victims of the incident. It is not the first time a flood has wreaked havoc in Katsina State. In 2017, 1,000 houses were destroyed and thousands of people displaced during a similar disaster in 5 communities in the state. Adeshawa Odushoga, TV360 Lagos.
Up next is news in business right after this break.
Buhari, now you will support. Nigerians, they say Buhari, now you will support. Oh, lo. Buhari, empower. Buhari, empower, they say Buhari, now you will support. Kada, keke drivers, they say Buhari, now you will support. Ethnic groups, they say Buhari, now you will support. Now you will want chairman Buhari. Now Buhari, now you will support. Buhari, now you will support. Civil servants, they say Buhari, now you will support. Police staff, they say Buhari.
Farmers are saying
Buhari.
Market people are saying,
Buhari, now you will support.
Not too young to wrong be.
Buhari, now you will support.
Now you're walking, yo.
Buhari, now you will support. Buhari, now Buhari, now you will support.
You
You're now watching Business News on TV360. The Central Bank Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, has again retained Nigeria's monetary policy rate at 14%. The Apex Bank also left the cash reserve ratio, CRR, at 22.5%. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele made this known on Tuesday while announcing the decision of the committee in Abuja. The MPC has maintained this decision for 2 years now, as interest rates were hiked in July 2016 in order to deal with the rise in inflation during that period. Inflation rate is now at 11.23%. The Nigerian government has been explaining what it is doing to improve the economy. The explanations were given by the Director General of the Debt Management Office, Patient Oniha, and the Director General of the Security and Exchange Commission, Mary Uduk, at a conference with capital market stakeholders in Abuja. Both officials listed government's efforts to boost the economy, assuring investors that it is committed to creating an enabling environment for business.
Some of the strategies and policies that were adopted and have been implemented by the government are the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, unprecedented investments in capital projects in the past 3 years, tax incentives, and the ease of doing business. The objective of many of these strategies and initiatives are to attract investors into various sectors of the Nigerian economy with the aim of growing and diversifying the economy, creating jobs, improving the quality of life, and improving revenue and export sources.
Recently, the government of Nigeria issued 100 billion sukuk to finance 25 road projects and also issued 10.79 billion green bonds to finance afforestation, renewable energy, and provision of clean energy. Opportunities also exist to issue revenue bonds to finance revenue-generating projects, which will exert less pressure on government budget and allocation. The Nigerian bond market, therefore, has the potential to close the country's huge infrastructure deficit, estimated at $350 billion by the AFDB in 2013. I said all of this to say that the foregoing show that the Nigerian capital market has actually been serving as a catalyst for economic growth and development. However, some potentials are still untapped.
Oil prices extended losses on Tuesday as attention shifted to the risk of oversupply, with market participants shrugging off escalating tensions between the United States and Iran. Brent crude oil was down 10 cents at $72.96 a barrel, while U.S. crude was down 9 cents at $67.80 a barrel. Earlier in Monday's session, the market had risen after President Donald Trump warned of dire consequences for Iran if it threatened the United States. Saudi Arabia and large producers are ramping up output to offset losses that are likely to come as a November deadline approaches for other countries to comply with U.S. sanctions on crude sales from Iran. Now, with 378.698 million shares being transacted in 4,551 deals at 4.418 billion naira, Nigeria Stock Exchange closed this week's second market day in the reds, following yesterday's bullish run, recording a 0.70% decline in its all-share index to close at 36,455.24 basis points. The market capitalization closed at 13.205 trillion naira. Leading today's gainers, we have Nestle, Cement Company of Northern Nigeria (CCNN), Custodian PLC, and Critics PLC, closing at 1,450 naira, 26 naira, 6.1 naira, and 3.63 naira, respectively. On the other hand, the losers were led by Better Glass PLC, Presco PLC, Wapco PLC, and Nigerian Breweries, closing at 72.9 naira, 59.55 naira, 29.25 naira, and 105.5 naira, respectively. Meanwhile, the top traders were led by Medview Airlines, Transcorp, Zenith Bank, and First Bank of Nigeria Holdings. The rest of the news returns in just a moment. I am Annetta Felix.
Corruption not in my country. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
My name is Alero. I am not sick. I just need you to help
put your stamp on this medical report. I want to tender it at my office as a sick leave. I'll pay 10,000 naira.
Ma'am, that is impersonation. I'm not a doctor.
Oga, be like say this English no go pay. I go increase the money to 20,000 naira. I beg. You know, if I give you that 20,000, as you wide, so you know, if it still help your condition more. So you know, say you spread well.
As I spread like virus, I'll be.
You talk. Come
out! If person come your hospital, talk to make you give am fake medical report, make you go take collect sick leave. Talk and say no, na corruption, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Hundreds of people are missing and thousands more have been displaced after a dam collapsed in southern Laos, causing flash flooding across 6 villages. According to the Laos news agency, a hydropower dam collapsed at about 8 p.m. on Monday night, which led to the release of 5 billion cubic meters of water. The flood washed away several houses, leading to several deaths, with more than 6,000 people displaced. Laotian Prime Minister Thongloun Sisoulith has, however, suspended a planned monthly government meeting to monitor the rescue and relief efforts. The death toll of the Greece wildfire crisis has increased to 74. The wildfire burning in the Attica region around Athens is Greece's worst fire crisis in more than a decade. According to the Red Cross, 26 bodies were found in the yard of a villa in the seaside village of Mati, which is at the center of the disaster. As part of a huge rescue effort, emergency workers used boats and helicopters to evacuate a beach. Their rescuers found the bodies of 26 adults and children who had apparently hugged each other as they died, trapped just meters from the sea. Many calls have been made to the rescue services looking for missing persons. Moving on to sports, Nigeria chief coach Salisu Yusuf has denied any wrongdoing after footage broadcast on Tuesday showed him accepting money from undercover reporters posing as football agents. The footage was captured by controversial journalist Anas Aremiyo Anas in September 2017 and is being broadcast for the first time by BBC Africa Eye. During the conversation, they handed the Nigerian coach 360,000 naira and promised more cash incentives if he selects their players for the African Nations Championship CHAN for the 2018, which held in Morocco. The clip has now been made public. Now, the meeting happened in Ghana during the 2017 West African Football Union Cup, where Nigeria finished second after losing the final 4-1 to host Ghana. Yusuf has, however, denied any wrongdoing in the incident. Chris Giwa, the embattled president of Nigeria Football Federation NFF, says truth will prevail between him and Amaju Pinnick on who ought to be the president of the NFF. Giwa said that no amount of intimidation would make him give up his mandate to be the NFF president. The battle for the seat started shortly after Pinnick won a parallel election in Warri in 2014. The NFF Congress had disregarded the order of a Jos High Court to stay action on the Warri election until the determination of the suit brought before it by Giwa. Now, lastly, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Mohamed Salah are among the nominees for the Best FIFA Men's Player of the Year award for 2018. Ronaldo, who won the award in 2017, guided Madrid to their third Champions League title in a row, while Lionel Messi scored 34 league goals to guide Barca to the La Liga title. World Cup winner Antoine Griezmann and Raphael Varane joined international teammates Mbappe on the list, and Golden Boot winner Harry Kane is also included. Salah, meanwhile, is rewarded for an incredible season at club level with Liverpool, while there is further Premier League representation in the form of Belgium duo Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard. Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric also makes the final 10, but there is, however, no place for Neymar, who finished third in last year's voting. Well, that's it on News Now. You can watch some of our other programs and get news updates on our website at www.tv360nigeria.com or download our app On Play Store, it is TV360 Nigeria. You can also watch us on Facebook at facebook.com/TV360 online and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TV360 Nigeria. We are also live on YouTube at youtube.com/TV360 Nigeria, and on Google Plus our handle is TV360 Nigeria. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye for now.